Hi, welcome to another quick short lesson on how to use HypoHub. Here we are going to look at how to use the possibility filter. So what is a possibility filter? Just a quick recap. After you've done your dojo, the first step in the dojo is basically you would be finding the trim tab or the performance under supply using the Pux Excel. You would have defined an extreme objective, and then the next step would be to do a zoom in pivot or identify an MVP and do it. So MVP is the concrete action that has to be taken for the trim tab step that has been identified. How do you do that? First, go and get the possibility filter tool. Go to hypohub.com site, go to the section called HypoHub tools, and in that you would find a possibility filter. So where do you find that? If you go to the hypohub.com site, if you scroll down, after all the introductions and bootcamp material, you would actually find the possibility filter over here, HypoHub tools, under which you would find the possibility filter. Click on download, and there you have the Excel ready for you. Now, how do you use it? It is used to identify an MVP. So let's take, for example, we identified the trim tab in a real world scenario as people not coming prepared for meetings. So the possibilities could be, I will send an auto reminder to all stakeholders to prepare. Okay, and actually probably send a note to all the relevant stakeholders who had missed the previous meeting, so that when they come for this meeting, they can be prepared for it. So you list down the possibilities. In this case, the trim tab that we found is people turn up for meetings without preparing for it. So once we have a list of possibilities for a trim tab that is identified. So let's take another example, something like, let's say I want to do a chatbot. The possibilities could be identify a team member, do a MVP, check if some other team has done chatbots. These could be the different possibilities. Now, once you list the possibilities, the next thing that you would go ahead and do is actually check out whether you have the skills, your team or you has the skills to do it. Do you have the people to do it? Do you have the budget? And do you have the time? Based on that, you give a rating of red, green or yellow. It is absolutely your call. If you are very constrained for resources, then it's a red. If you think you have the necessary skills and the resources, then it's a green. Now, is that enough to do it? Not quite, right? Just because I know how to do C programming or Python doesn't mean I can solve a business problem. There are other things that I would do. It could be domain knowledge, it could be permissions, could be a lot of other things that is needed, right? Skills, access to data, like that. So that is addressed in the next column, which is the how. Do I have a clarity of implementation? Can I, if I'm very clear how I'm going to implement it, that possibility. So we're talking about a possibility here, not the solution to the entire trim tab. That specific possibility. So in this case, for example, am I going to talk about the trim tab called if I'm going to take a possibility P2, right here, as I'm pointing out so for P2, do I have the resources which is green and do I know how to do? So you take each possibility and you rate them. This is typically done by either the person proposing the possibility or somebody else. And then you are pretty much done. Just go fill up this rating for all the possibilities and the total is automatically calculated, which is the last column. Now, once you download this Excel, how does it look? It's pretty simple. There's a traffic light model which says 3 means green, 2 means middle, red means it's going to be tough. Now, the guidelines which is given is very important. You have to stick to 2 weeks for an MVP, not more. Lesser is fine. And within 2 weeks, what can you do, right? If something is too big, then you have to make the MVP even smaller. So possibly, you might have to take one possibility and split it up into smaller ones. So the first guidance is that it has to be not more than 2 weeks. The lesser, better. And you should have 95% confidence when you're giving the rating of whether it is 3, 2 or 1. So then all you have to do is go down and fill it up over here So in this case, I would say, let's say I want to do a chatbot, I could actually say check a demo. That is one possibility. The other possibility is make a chatbot for dummy data, right? Then another could be make a pilot for real data. Now here I have got three possibilities: P13, P14 and P15. Now if I look at these three, now currently if you look at it, checker demo, do I have the resources for that? Yes, I do. Do I know how to do it? Sure, I know how to ask somebody. That's good. Make a chatbot with dummy data. Now I could, it's kind of okay. Dummy data is easy. I know a little bit of chatbot programming, so it's here. Now make a pilot for real data. I don't have access to the real data. Okay. And I need a lot of permissions. And if I have to do it in production, I don't have that much of server or anything to do. So I would say that is red for me. So if you look at these three, if I just kind of zoom in, I've got three possibilities here. And if I look at the three possibilities which I have got, of these three, which one should I take? Should I do P13, P14 or P15 should be my first MVP. It becomes fairly obvious that P13 is the first MVP that we'll do. Once you have identified the MVP, stop, go ahead and do it. Come back later and relook at the possibility after you have finished an MVP. Keep repeating it. This is how you actually use a possibility filter. It is pretty simple to use. Have fun using the possibility filter.